to work on the area of the mind, but that's not it, because formation is holistic. We also have to work in the area of our bodies and in training and engaging in practices that will move us into the relationship, you see. And that's why I have there the exercises, the spiritual disciplines, whatever you like to call them, enable us to participate in the relationship with God. In the relationship. There's no merit in these practices. I beat myself up for years thinking that God liked me when I did them and didn't when I didn't. But it's just about creating relationship. It's not about establishing righteousness. One of the things that I've learned in doing direction with people and leading them into this life is that things have changed since the 24 years ago we started Renovare. The world is different today. And there's a quote by Paul Evdokimov that I have there for you, and I want us to look at it. He writes, "Today the combat is not the same. We no longer need added pain. Hair shirts, chains, and flagellation would risk uselessly breaking us. Today, mortification would be liberation from every kind of addiction. Speed, noise, alcohol, all kinds of stimulants. Asceticism would be necessary rest, the discipline of regular periods of calm and silence, when one could regain the ability to stop for prayer and contemplation, even in the heart of all the noise of the world." He's right. The days of these sort of adding, I don't know the shop where you get hair shirts. I don't even know where you would find that. But we don't need them now. Today, when I work with people in formation, I have to say things like, "Are you getting any sleep?" And they'll say, "Well, actually, no." Which is the reason why the first exercise in the Apprentice series is sleep. Which, by the way, makes people really want to try to do the rest of it. I've noticed. They're like, "I can do this. This is the guy said sleep, and I can do that." But that's intentional because we're fatigued. And one of the other exercises is creating margin. Just say no to some things so you can have some space. And slow down. And people are like, "I can't believe this." Because the number one spiritual illness of our day is hurry sickness. Hurry sickness. Hurry is an inward condition. And we're in a place now where people are so caught up with hurry that they simply have no space. Because here's what I hear from people. "I really want to grow in my spiritual life." Great, I've got a plan. Let's start doing it. Okay, they come on, we start going. And then we try it, and I give them some practices and working on narrative change and some scripture. They come back and say, "How's it going?" I said, "Oh, it's not so good." "Why?" "I'm just really..." You've heard this before. I hear it all the time. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Because our culture says if you're not busy, you're not important. So we have to at least pretend we are. Because, if I go up to my friend James and say, "Hey, can we get together?" And James goes, "Sure." And I say, "When can you meet?" And he goes, "I'm open, anytime. I got nothing going on." I'm going to go, "What a loser. James really needs to get busy." But we're in this place now where we're a mess. And technology's awesome. I love technology. I have this thing, this phone, that does cool things for me. And I really like it. I mean, it's kind of fun to go, "Wow, look, my phone is a compass." Remember when you were a kid and you got a compass and it was always really crummy and it broke after a day? I have it in my phone. I'm cool. So I start to really like this thing. What else can it do? And so we're living in this age where technology's advanced way beyond our ethics and our understanding of how to use the thing. And so people have these incredible things that they can do, and they get mad at them. Have you noticed that? They're really mad all the time at their stuff. The comedian Louis C.K. says, "I see people all the time, and they're looking at their phone, and they're going..." And he says, I want to look at him and say, "Give it a second. It's going to space. Give it." So we've got these things, and we're really mad all the time. And we thought it was going to make our life better, and it's just making us a wreck. So I think Evdokimov is right. It's changed now. And so what we're going to have to do is start out with a whole different set of practices. We're going to have to learn, as he said, periods of calm and rest, and how to get off the speed and the hurry and the noise and the stimulants and just pull out and say, okay, I got to get to this place before I can even start talking about fasting and some of these other practices that are so good.